I'm now pleased to introduce our commencement speaker, Jessica Shelley. Jessica is a passionate innovator, entrepreneur, and advocate for families and lifelong learning. Jessica Shelley is a 4-time WGU graduate and a Forbes 30 Under 30 honoree recognized for her groundbreaking work at the intersection of education and technology. As co-founder of LaunchFamily, Jessica leads a family-focused technology ecosystem that uses artificial intelligence to help families connect, organize, and thrive. She also serves as president of the Dailies Foundation, a nonprofit providing personalized learning resources and support for families across the country. Drawing on her experience as a teacher, entrepreneur, and mom of 6 with another on the way, Jessica combines empathy, innovation, and leadership to empower families everywhere. Jessica's journey is a remarkable example of what's possible when passion meets purpose. She represents WGU with distinction, and we are proud to celebrate her as one of our distinguished graduates. Please join me in welcoming Jessica Shelley.
Wow, y'all look incredible. As a 4-time WGU alum, I know those feelings that you're feeling right now, and I just want to start off by first saying congratulations. You've made it. You've done hard things, you've persevered, worked through jobs, families, assignments, all of those things that come with the chaos of life, and you've reached this incredible milestone. This is huge. Give yourselves a round of applause. As mentioned, as a 4-time WGU grad, I know those long nights well. My journey with WGU started just after having baby number 2 in my 2nd year of teaching. With a newborn and 1-year-old at home, I found WGU as I was searching for something I could do for myself, a way to stay intellectually stimulated while pursuing my passion for teaching and caring for our 2 young children. One thing to know about me is that I'm very creative, and so when I was teaching, I never felt like it was about delivering content. Teaching was about creating experiences that my students would actually remember and hopefully enjoy. So fun and learning in the same sentence, it sounds a little revolutionary, right? But seeing my students light up when it all connected, gaining confidence, and hearing parents say, "Thank you for helping my child love learning," are all those things that reinforced everything I loved about teaching. Fast forward a couple years and my district went full inclusion, and I realized I needed a new skill set to serve all my students best. So I went back to WGU for special education. I didn't know it at the time, but this year would be full of so many big life moments. We welcomed baby number 3. I ended up leaving teaching after maternity leave. We sold our house, lived in a hotel for a month, packed up everything, and moved across the country to a house we'd never seen in a state we'd only visited 1 time. During that year, I learned something more important than any formal lesson about teaching, curriculum, or special education ever could, and it was the power of connection. You can plan every detail, but if you don't connect with people, maybe it's your students, colleagues, community, or anyone you lead, your plans will only go so far. Connection is what builds trust, buy-in, and grace to navigate the unexpected together. Motherhood has further driven this lesson home even more vividly. With 6 kids now at home and number 7 on the way, I've learned that days rarely go as planned. Schedules fall apart, surprises happen, often, and the beauty of it all comes from staying present, flexible, and navigating life as it comes. As I transitioned out of my professional time in the classroom, I transitioned into the world of startups and corporate life. My life became less about planning or reacting, and more about noticing what works, what doesn't, and creating better systems for the people I served. Some things exist, some don't, so almost everything requires courage, adaptability, and experimentation. Through teaching, motherhood, and leadership, I've learned this, that your life, career, and impact are bigger than any plan that you could ever write down on a piece of paper. Opportunities will come at you in unexpected ways, And the way that you show up in those moments determines the mark that you leave. And of course, the teacher in me can't leave without offering a few lessons or more key takeaways, not from a textbook, but from my experience. And these are the lessons that we'll experience together today. So I want you to feel them, not just hear them, and they will require a little participation. Lesson 1, growth happens when you're uncomfortable. When I left teaching to join the world of EdTech, I went from lesson plans to business plans, from grading papers to pitching investors, and let me be real, I didn't know a single thing about running a company or being a CEO. I didn't know the jargon, the systems, what is a business strategy? But I had the one thing, the tools and mindset that I built through my experiences in the classroom as a teacher, at home as a mother, and then again, for my third time back at WGU. I learned by fire. Mistakes happened, many, many mistakes, and every mistake became a masterclass in humility, problem solving, and creativity. You don't have to have it all figured out right now to make an impact. Growth happens when you're uncomfortable, when you lean into the uncertainty, you ask questions, you fail, and then you try again. And graduates, you've already done that. You've completed this degree while juggling life. That's growth, that's resilience, determination, and commitment. And that's the foundation for anything and everything that you are going to do next. So here's our first action, our participation point. Ready? I want you to go ahead and raise your hand right now. Go ahead. Yes, you're volunteering for something that scares you just a little bit. That's that symbol of leaning into the uncomfortable. That's the start of something big. Lesson 2, being human is your greatest asset. We live in a world full of incredible technology that can do incredible things. AI can draft your emails, analyze data, even can mimic conversations, but it can't care. It can't listen. It can't understand the context, nuance, or heart. Being human by showing empathy, leading with integrity, staying curious, and being courageous, those are your true superpowers. When we started our company, people assumed we were just building software, a gamified app that evolved into an online class platform, but what we were really building was connection, an ecosystem where families connected with teachers, kids connected with learning, and parents were finally feeling seen and supported. Technology was the tool, but humanity was the engine. People will always be at the center of what I do. My family, my team, the families we serve through our business. I probably obsess a little too much about them, but that's the whole point. Every decision, every design, every idea starts with a question. How can I make someone's life a little easier? How can I better serve them? And that's the root of authentic connection. Caring deeply, even when it's not by the book, if it's not typical, or even most efficient. And that's the lesson I want to leave with you is no matter where you go or how advanced your tools become, your ability to care, to connect, and to lead with heart will always be your greatest advantage. So here's our second action. Turn to someone sitting next to you, give them a high five, make eye contact, or give them a smile. Congratulations, yes, there we go. Feel that connection. That little gesture just did what no technology can ever do. I heard so many little giggles or rumblings in the crowd, so that is awesome. That is the real human magic. Hold on to that. Our third and final lesson is change the world where you are. Mother Teresa once said, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And at first glance, that line might sound a little small, but over time, I've realized it's some of the most radical advice out there. Changing the world doesn't have to be a viral idea, a big title, or a spotlight. It's the quiet, consistent work that truly matters. For me, it's leading a company while raising a family, building something that helps other families feel seen, supported, and connected. For you, it might be in what comes next, leading a team with empathy, mentoring someone just starting out, building technology that truly serves people, or simply showing up fully in the place that you've already been planted. When I left teaching, I didn't start out as a corporate leader or start my own company completely on my own. I joined a small edtech startup as head of curriculum because I wanted to keep learning, to build something that helps students and educators in new ways. I asked lots of questions. I challenged assumptions, and I spoke up for the people that we served. That curiosity and courage led to more and more responsibility, first as a co-founder, then COO, and eventually as CEO, guiding our company through a major pivot to become revenue generating. Looking back, it definitely wasn't a straight path. I didn't have all the answers, and my day-to-day looked very different than what I had envisioned it being, and certainly was very different than what I was comfortable doing, given that at that time coming from my teaching background. But every step was grounded in the same truth, is that impact starts close to home. It's not about doing everything perfectly or doing everything all at once. It's about doing what's right in front of you with the heart, with purpose, and with integrity. And now as I build a family-focused tech company, it feels like one of those full circle moments. All of those lessons from the classroom, from motherhood, from those early stages of leadership, coming together in one mission, helping families access the support they need when they need it. So as you step into this next season, find your guide, that principle or purpose that keeps you grounded. Pressure check every opportunity against it and keep moving forward with courage. Because this, right now, this moment of celebration with your families, your friends, your support systems, this is what it's all about. Showing up for one another, and most importantly, showing up for yourself. So here's our last action. We're gonna wave. So if you're on the floor, go ahead and find someone in the stands. Go ahead and wave up. If you're up there, go ahead and wave down. Amazing. Phenomenal. That small action connects you to someone else and reminds you that your presence matters. Right where you are, you can make someone smile, you can positively impact their day, no matter what room you're in or where you are in that room. So to quickly summarize before I close, practice raising your hand. You'll never feel fully ready. Start anyway. Say yes to the opportunities that scare you a little. They're often the ones that will stretch you the most. Give a high five. Stay connected. The world is changing fast, but being human, by connecting, caring, and leading with empathy, those are your greatest assets. And impact starts right where you are. Pour into the people and things that matter, because that's where the real legacy lives. Be sure to leave space for the unexpected though too, because sometimes the detours are the best parts of the journey. WGU gave me the foundation, the confidence, and the tools, but what shaped me after graduation was what I did with it, how I leaned into the challenges and how I allowed myself to be human while continuously learning, growing, and building. And honestly, I don't know what exactly the next steps are for me either. Life keeps surprising me in the best possible ways, and today standing here with you is one of those moments I will never forget. I'm so grateful to be here to experience this milestone and to help create and be part of this memory with you. As you step forward, know that today is your launch pad. You've proven you can finish what you start. You've learned resilience, perseverance, courage, and curiosity. And now it's time to take those tools, along with your education, your experience, and of course your humanity, and build something meaningful. Be bold, be kind, keep learning, and lead with your heart. And remember, in a world full of algorithms, your humanity is the edge that no one can replicate. The world doesn't need someone who does it perfectly. It needs someone who shows up fully, who's human, who cares, and who's brave enough to step into the unknown. Congratulations, graduates. And remember, the impact that you'll make is bigger than any plan you can write down. And we all can't wait to see it unfold. Thank you.